What's up, guys? It's your boy Chrysalis here, back at it again with my girlfriend Sam at my side. We're going to be doing a video vlog, video journal, whatever you want to call it, for Mickey 17 that just came out over the weekend. I'm very excited to see it.
Yes.
So if you're not in the know, Mickey 17 is the latest film from celebrated Korean director Bong Joon-ho, who his previous film was a movie called Parasite that is widely celebrated as one of the best movies ever made, basically. Accumulating a lot of accolades, namely Best Picture, Best Director, Best Foreign Film. I can't remember if it won Best Original / Adapted Screenplay or not, but definitely made an impression on those that weren't already familiar with him. And now, after 6 years, should have been 5, we now have Mickey 17. Again, very excited to watch it.
Me too. The previews look like they're going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see how many ways they decide to off Pattinson.
It's at least 16.
Yes, at least via the title.
Yeah.
So also that thing with the 2 hours and 17 minutes, like.
So if you don't know, the movie is actually like on the dot 2 hours and 17 minutes long, which I'm thoroughly thinking is intentional, since Bong Joon-ho has actually had final say on what ends up being the theatrical version. So
that's really exciting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Movie stars Robert Pattinson as Mickey's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and minor spoiler, 18. Also stars Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette, Steven Yeun, I think Naomi Aki, if I remember correctly, who plays the love interest. So looking forward to this one for a while. A lot of people, I feel, weren't sure if the movie was ever going to come out, since we had a teaser like years ago. They said it was supposed to come out in January 2024. It got delayed indefinitely. Then they gave it a release date of January 2025. It got delayed again to April, and then it got pushed forward because of the Batman to now. So yeah,
Batman saves the day.
Yeah, well,
a true hero.
Yeah, the true hero that did not get the script ready on time. So
Listen, Alfred's a busy man. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's busy taking care of Batman and all his other crap.
Yeah.
He's got to create all his fun stuff.
For sure. Also starring Robert Pattinson. Now thinking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm very much excited for like that deadpan humor that it already has that you see in the previews and stuff. So I really, really love movies with that like slapstick kind of like, hey, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Fourth wall breaking.
Oh yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be fourth wall breaking or not, but I mean, we'll have like narration from, or at least I assume that there was narration in the trailer, so we'll see.
So
there might be.
I enjoyed the trailers.
Yeah, we're fixing to go ahead and head out. When you see us, we'll be there walking inside. So see you in the next clip. We made it about an hour ago or so. Had to stop and get dinner, and somebody need to stop at Michael's.
I needed string.
Yes, you did. And string, we got you. So
it's either that or I was going to get on Amazon.
Oh yeah, and don't want to do that. Yeah, we're here. We're it'd be easier to. How do I flip you around? I'll just do this. Yeah, there's the theater right there. A little ways of a walk, but we're gonna make it in like T-minus 3 or 4 minutes.
We can run again.
But you could run again. And next time you see us, we'll be inside.
Yeah.
We're inside.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell from the very loud ad. We got popcorn. Got her.
Got him.
Got me. We're ready to go.
Yay. So when you come and see it, make sure you get your ices or your drink of preference. Bring you some candy.
Yep.
Grab you some popcorn and enjoy the show.
We'll let you know our thoughts momentarily.
Everything.
Alright, so we just got back from the theater. We're filming in downstairs area because she's a little tired, doesn't want to deal with the stairs.
My legs are sore. We ran a lot today.
Well, whose fault is that?
Okay, I forgot that the car was there.
Overall, like, my general thoughts, by the way, there's going to be spoilers from this point forward, so if you've not watched the movie and you don't want to be spoiled, this is your warning, right here.
And then you can wait and see the review later.
Right here. So overall, I thought the movie was great. Not as excellent as I had initially hoped it to be, but I also found a lot of the exposition and the monologuing and just a lot the film throws at you to be pretty dense and at times hard to keep up with. But I feel like whenever I eventually watch it the next 2 or 3 times, because I do plan on seeing it the next 2 or 3 times or so, I will find that alleviated a little bit and will end up liking it more.
I think for me it was a pretty easy watch.
Oh, yeah?
I think it really held up to the previews. You do get to see those themes of him dying and everything. Not as many times as I would have thought we would have seen.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like it lived up to like its preview, you know. I did enjoy the relationship piece between him and Natasha. Yeah. So I thought that was really good, especially like the way like you could see her love for him and the way she stood up for him through like each version of himself that was printed out, because he's got a different personality each time, even though he's the same person.
Even through all of it, Nasha just loved Mickey. Every new version of him, like, just from the get-go. That was something Mickey definitely needed, having to live that life on Earth that had now just inevitably had become this, like, big dystopia. And they were just, of course, hounded by the bookies, that because they had that one shot to have that successful life on Earth, and well, they invested in macaroons instead of burgers.
You gotta know your place.
Yep.
I mean, a burger's always gonna do good.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be in the mood for a sweet sometimes.
Like, he was just willing to do anything to get off the planet, and in a lot of ways that meant, in the end, like, nearly sacrificing just all of his humanity. Him fighting Nasha was just so important. So that way he just doesn't totally feel like just an expendable.
I think one thing, too, with it is you can tell when he signs up, he's massively depressed, and with each life he lives, it gets further, but like she's his little spot of happiness that he has that just keeps him from being just feeling nothing.
Yeah.
Because you can tell when he's out there on the job, it's just like, whatever, okay. Which comes along with like a lot of that depression, is like that numbness that you feel. But when he's with her, you can see like him kind of come back to life a little bit more. Yeah,
even if it just meant dying. Eventually that would just mean going back to Nasha. Definitely exemplified by Robert Pattinson's acting. Second to Naomi Ackie, who plays Nasha, Pattinson was just phenomenal in the movie. Being able to play all the different phases of Mickey so well as playing like the 17 and 18 character that are like the same person but still fairly distinct from one another. Being able to do that as though they were like twins or something is just impeccable.
I fully agree on that one. Like, his acting was phenomenal. I think in a lot of movies and shows, when you see like one person playing multiple people, you can kind of tell it really easy sometimes. Yeah. Whether it comes to like the way it's filmed or the editing and stuff, you can kind of feel. But this movie was filmed and edited really well. Yeah. And his acting is absolutely on par. You would think there was another person there, like it was another actor, another twin that he had that repertoire with, even though it was just him the entire time. Yeah. I actually feel like that's better than Natasha's a little bit. Yeah. But her fierceness through the whole movie, loved it.
Yeah. Editing has to be like one of the key important things about your movie when you've got a guy that's playing two characters that are exactly the same. Like, you have to be able to master that and be able to execute that well in order for it to work as well as it did in the film. I think one of the downsides of it, of course, is that since both Pattinson and Ackie's performance were just so powerful and well done, it overshadowed a lot of what Mark Ruffalo was doing, what Steven Yeun was doing, what Toni Collette was doing. Also, it kind of speaks to how maybe not necessarily just spotlight stealing a lot of the performances, or although Ruffalo had his moments since, well, he played a character that symbolizes a individual we may or may not know. It's like just so alarmingly well.
You can definitely see the inspiration in his acting.
I just wonder what going forward if like that's a lot of the roles that Ruffalo is going to take on, because he did get nominated for his performance in Poor Things, where he was just an absolute like misogynist loser that only saw Bella as like a plaything. Being able to translate that into this role in Mickey 17 was at least cohesively well done, even if again it's kind of overshadowed by Pattinson and Aki.
I feel like in this movie his role was made to be overshadowed.
Yeah.
Because he's the secret villain in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's supposed to be the leader and like worshipped and everything and the best person, and really you see this side of him that's definitely not. You're seeing through the bullshit and
like immediately. Yeah.
Immediately. But like on some level everyone else doesn't necessarily always see that. So it's like a quiet villain role to me.
Mm-hmm.
So and I think that might be why his acting doesn't seem as powerful, is because it's not supposed to be as in your face. It's supposed to be that daily villain type person that you run into. Much like in a lot of other movies. I can't think of the name of the movie right now. But more or less, the reason the villain is so good and so scary, I think it's Frollo in Notre Dame, is because he's so relatable.
Yeah.
Like he's a real life villain that you would meet. And you wouldn't necessarily say, oh, yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, wow, he's kind of off-putting or something.
He's kind of a dick.
Yeah. But he's a legitimate villain for, like, the things that happen in The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
He is one of the worst. Whereas some of them, they're more fantasy and stuff like that. And you have to kind of dig a little deeper. But, like, there's definitely a lot of layers to these kinds of secret villains from that outer view.
Right. But yeah, overall, I thought, again, great movie, and I can see why if you're someone that watched it and did not love it immediately, or just felt confused or lost or just came out of it not liking it, I would recommend when it hits digital or when it hits streaming, or if you are just in the mood to go see another movie and you're doing a double feature, or you just at the theater but you don't really know which one you want to watch, I wholly recommend a second or third watch, since now that a lot of it was just sledgehammered at you, a lot of the exposition, a lot of the themes and acting is just sledgehammered at you. The second time will be much easier to be able to comprehend, so I wholeheartedly recommend watching it a second time, even if you came out of it not liking it.
Yeah, I would agree. It's definitely worth multiple watches. And I think there's just that nice surface level to it. Like, if you're just wanting to watch a good movie, and it's that, for sure. Now, if you're one of those that likes to analyze movies, there is so much that you can dissect and see in here.
Mm-hmm.
I am both of those. Sometimes I just want to watch brain rot and just have something on to watch and just enjoy it, which I can do with this one. But there are times where I'm like, I want to see those underlying themes. I want to kind of study it. How does this connect to this?
Yeah.
And things like that. And you can see a lot of that governmental theme in there, the environmentalist, where they're leaving it and like, here's what happens kind of moment, as well as like the morality of like having the multiples and all of this fun stuff. Even the religious aspect is in there too.
How religion can be a lot of times, it's more or less a front of something else, as opposed to just like sticking to like just what the actual like teachings of whatever religion is trying to teach you. Unless that religion's like really shitty. There's like some cults out there that are like that. A lot of like, oh yeah, this is what we're doing in the name of God and yada yada yada, but really like what they're doing is immoral, and at times, depending on the religion, can be contradictory to like what is actually being taught. There's things like that in there, again, like you said, like environmentalism, a lot of like fanaticism, and just a lot of like blind far right beliefs that is conveyed by Ruffalo and Colette, and a lot of like the blind loyalty that sounds very familiar.
Yes, it does.
That is well done and still like leaves you with a lot to think about.
The movie's definitely loaded with a lot. So I think one of my favorite things in there is really seeing that manipulation bit of Ruffalo. But I also just really, I thought the creepers were adorable. They're like giant roly-polies.
I love
The
them.
little baby.
I love the creepers, and I hate when they would get like shot to death or like tortured or
I was so sad. Like that was the saddest part in the whole movie to me.
yeah, nearly getting thrown in the fire pit, and I'm just.
I know, it's like leave that baby alone. But also, can we like commit to? She has a fantastically strong jaw. Like that looked like a pretty heavy little roly-poly chunky baby, and she's sitting here holding it from its death by her teeth.
Again, lends to how great the cinematography and the editing was as well in that one scene.
You can definitely see like that strain she's got, like with that rope in her teeth and her body leaning into it, like with everything she's got.
And then doing that plus the part where she's strangling Toni Collette with her legs.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Fantastic moment.
Yeah.
And Colette's acting during that moment, did you see her eyes, just the way they slowly rolled back? Like,
I saw a random behind the scenes like picture of like that scene, and like Looper and behind the scene photos are so funny because like you just see them both on the floor, they're both laughing their asses off, and stuff like that kills me.
It does.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, glowing recommendation for me. 2 thumbs up from the first watch. I'm gonna be doing a more elaborate review after giving it more time to digest and hopefully getting more times to watch it. As of right now, I do wholeheartedly recommend Mickey 17. I think we both wholeheartedly recommend Mickey 17.
I do.
So yeah, if you're looking to see a movie, go definitely watch it.
Yeah, I'm not usually one for watching a movie multiple times in a row unless it's like a hyperfixation, but like there's a lot of dopamine in this one for me.
Yeah.
Like, I could easily watch this multiple times and just really, like, lock into those different themes. Like I was talking about, because sometimes it's like an earworm. I want to know more. I need to look at it some more. I want to analyze it. So, highly recommend it. Definitely worth watching multiple times. I would even go back into the theater and see it again.
Yeah.
So, a second time without a second thought. Like, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
So, it was very enjoyable.
Yeah, if you have caught Mickey 17, which I hope you did over opening weekend. Did you like it, dislike it, somewhere in the middle? Do you plan on watching it again soon? Or, just let me know in the comments what you think about Mickey 17 and what you think about Robert Pattinson and Naomi Ackie and et cetera, et cetera.
So, remember, always read the fine print.
Absolutely.
Find someone you love and stick with them.
That's more important than reading the fine print.
And sometimes you gotta make a few heads roll.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes, absolutely. All right, this is your boy, Chrysalis here.
And Sam.
Signing off.
All right. Bye.
Bye.